81 centimeters tall and weighing in at 80 kilograms, he has a professional MMA record of 2 wins and 1 loss. From South Korea and representing neophyte, it's the Hellboy, Hyoung. In the red corner, this man stands at 181 centimeters tall and weighs in at 80 kilograms. He's from Canada, but he has made Asia his adopted home after living here, training, and fighting all over this continent. He has a professional MMA record of 9 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. And most of his victories coming from TKOs and submissions. Representing the respected Legacy Gym, it's Vaughn Blood Anderson!
With nicknames, I should say, like Hellboy and Blood. We're expecting some action here. 1 or 2 very vociferous fans around us, screaming, I think, for Vaughn Anderson. From Canada.
Vaughn's one of the pioneers here in mixed martial arts in Southeast Asia. Having fought for the Art of War Championship, he's a well-established veteran, representing now Legacy Gym, but previously Taiwan BJJ. He's traveled throughout Southeast Asia, training and fighting.
Yes, very familiar with Southeast Asia. Vaughn Anderson. Good friendly start. Both men very happy to touch gloves. And we're underway. A second touch of gloves. Anderson looking to get a little lower, bending his knees there. They both exchanged good punches. Anderson's was the stronger, and it was a counter punch. And we're out at top speed again, as we were in the previous fight.
Looks like Vaughn might have taken a poke in the eye there, giving a little bit of attention to his left eye. Still working for the takedown. One of the things about Vaughn is he's a very experienced fighter. 9-1-1. He's one of the top fighters living out here in Southeast Asia. Purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and now working extensively on his Muay Thai, showing that with that quick flurry exchange to begin the bout.
Yeah, very obvious, isn't it? Both of them very keen to land punches. A swinging left hand from Hyoung Kim, but it didn't connect, and it rather exposed him because the momentum swung his body round, and Anderson couldn't quite take advantage of it. Now where did that land, Ray, do you think? Up high on the thigh, legal therefore?
Inside thigh. Kim's hands are very low. He doesn't seem to look comfortable on the feet. Looks like he prefers to grapple. Those overhand lefts, those winging jabs aren't going to do much with Vaughn Anderson. He looks like Vaughn Anderson's just stalking his prey down.
Did a 360 and that exposed him, Anderson. Kim did something to try and take advantage. Didn't come off.
Hellboy needs to bring those hands up. Good judo takedown there by Vaughn Anderson, now on top in the full guard position. High guard being displayed by Hyoung Kim. Vaughn doing a good job of pushing him into the fence, trying to take away those angles.
Look how strong Anderson is. Was able to actually lift him off the canvas and drive him into the cage wall.
Vaughn controlling the feet here. I don't know if he's looking for a foot lock or if he's looking to throw the legs and pass. Looking at that toe hold there. He's rolling onto the toe hold. What he's doing is he's pushing the toes all the way back to the heel. Very dangerous submission because of the fact that usually by the time you tap, it's too late. Unfortunately, Vaughn's given up the position. That's the danger about those footlocks in mixed martial arts. When you go for those, sometimes you go from on top to on bottom, as we see here.
And exposes his back to Kim as well, who managed to land a few punches there.
Good reversal. Vaughn maintaining that twister side control that was so popularized by Eddie Bravo. Looks like he's working for a choke here with the right hand going in around the neck. He's maintaining that outside underhook.
Bit of a roller coaster ride for these two on the mat. Lots of reversals.
Head and arm attempt looks like it could be coming from Vaughn if he can continue pushing the Korean fighter back onto his back.
Just a battle to see who can get the leverage to get the advantage with these two on the floor. Anderson to his feet again. And once more, Woo Kim seems willing to stay down there for the time being at least.
Vaughn back on that footlock. I don't know if he's looking to finish this by a leg lock submission or not, but he sure seems to be looking at those legs like dessert on a buffet tray.
Oh, a left hand coming from up high to Woo Kim's head.
Good posture being displayed here by Vaughn. Vaughn now passing the guard.
Just trying to get by those legs, isn't he, Vaughn Anderson?
Very active open guard being displayed by the Korean fighter this evening. Something we haven't seen much from most of the Korean combatants here in martial combat.
As I assess it, he seems to be doing a good job, Woo Kim, with his legs of defending himself. Would you agree, Ray?
Well, Woo Kim's trying to attempt submissions, and he's trying to work back into his guard, but one of the things that he's not doing is he's not breaking Vaughn's posture. Vaughn's got that back straight, his head up, and every time he does that, it really limits the amount of submission attempts that you're going to be able to successfully complete.
Forearm to the chest. And you could hear the noise as the air was beaten out of the South Korean.
Back onto the footlock, losing position, 10 seconds left. I'm sure Vaughn's just looking to finish out the round with some sort of an attempt.
Couple of kicks to finish off the round there for Vaughn Anderson. I got a feeling he might have been a little bit frustrated by the way that round went. He was doing a lot of the work, but couldn't really get through and caused a great deal of damage. Koreans sucking down some water. A flying knee, that was very, very early in the contest. It looked really as if there was going to be an explosive finish early on. And that wasn't to be the case.
Looking at referee Steve Percival alerting all the judges that 1 point has been deducted from the Korean fighter Hyoung Kim for illegally up-kicking a downed opponent, meaning more than 2 points of Vaughn Anderson were on the ground when the Korean fighter kicked up, landing the kick to the face.
Just take us through that way. Why is that an illegal move?
Anytime you're considered a downed opponent, meaning more than 2 points of your body are touching the floor, you cannot kick a downed opponent to the head. Obviously no strikes to the back of the head as well, no groin strikes. Any of those will result in a warning, and if the referee feels like the damage was enough, a point deduction.
All right, very clear. So, Vaughn Anderson now with a considerable advantage after those first 5 minutes. A 10-8 round is difficult to overcome in a 3-round contest, especially when your opponent is delivering kicks like that to the knee.
I'd like to see Vaughn keep this fight standing. I mean, we just saw him take it to the mat in the first round, and he did a good job and was playing a bit with the submission attempts, the foot lock, the straight Achilles lock. But from here, he seems to be really dominating the stand-up portion. None of his kicks have been checked, none of them have been blocked, all of his punches have landed. So why not keep it where you're having the greater success?
Yeah, seemed a little more comfortable from distance. Many of his moves did seem to be nullified once they got down there on the mat.
The Legacy Gym is a great striking camp out of Ubon, Thailand, led by Ole Larsen, who we'll see later tonight. So I'm sure he's got great sparring partners and he's well prepared for this matchup.
Well, that was a lazy sweeping right leg kick from the South Korean. He did a 360 and was quite lucky not to be punished for it. You don't want to get sloppy in this ring.
One of the mistakes that the Korean fighter's making in the stand-up here is with Vaughn being a southpaw, you want to pivot or rotate outside of his lead leg. The Korean fighter keeps rotating into Vaughn's power hand. And when he does that, it's opening him up to both kicks and punches.
And that kick to the back of the leg staggered the South Korean. He almost went down, bit of a stumble. But as Ray says, Vaughn Anderson doing some good work with his feet. These two have a bit of a penchant for 360s at a less than quick pace. It's a wonder that they haven't been punished for it.
One of those things about those kicks, in a Muay Thai kick, we're kicking through the object. Whereas some of the karate kicks you kick to the object, he's actually trying to swing his entire body momentum through the object. So when you miss, you let that momentum swing your body all the way around in that 360 spinning motion. Obviously, if you're too slow, it's going to be a price to pay for that.
South Koreans' punches are landing short pretty consistently. Heavy kicks that Vaughn Anderson is landing. Kim will be sore tomorrow morning. Of course, he'll be more concerned with the here and now. And that swinging left hand is not as crisp as it could be. And it's short as well, which means it's pretty much worthless in terms of point scoring and indeed harming his opponent. Good left kick to the inside of the Korean's knee, which is reddening quickly. And the second one on the follow-up dropped the Korean briefly. A right hand clips the top of the South Korean's head and he's backing off. And a left kick to the head followed up by another one, sees him go down. And now we see that stance that we saw in the first round with the South Korean on his back and his legs in the air trying to defend.
Vaughn's got him hurt. This is going to be the end of the fight here if he doesn't start protecting himself. And it's over, folks. Blood Anderson, showing his nickname, was paid in full.
Very nice finish. It all happened pretty quickly. Once he saw the opportunity, he went for the daylight. Your winner from Canada, Vaughn Anderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, with 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining in round number 2, and by way of TKO, referee stoppage due to strikes, the winner in the red corner, Vaughn Blood Anderson!
Alpha male stuff tonight, well done. In the first round, it looked like you were getting a bit frustrated with him on his back and you on top of him. Was it frustrating? Was that a game plan of any sort?
Well, actually, I got a little frustrated because he kept backing away from the fight. On the ground, he was a lot tougher than I thought he was going to be. Really, I thought I could finish the fight in the first round.
And I guess that's why you preferred to stand up in the second round. Once you saw the opportunity, you really pounced, didn't you? Tell us how it finished.
Well, definitely, first of all, I really respect Hellboy for taking the fight. There's fighters that are not willing to fight me, and I'm really happy that he stepped up. Everyone clap your hands for Hellboy.
Just finally, we enjoyed your work with your hands, good, quick, solid hands, but a couple of kicks really did the damage in the end there.
Yeah, definitely. What a lot of people don't know is that the guys at Legacy Gym and Marcus Waters have really been helping me out with my game there, and now I added some kicks to my game, as you can see. Man, I love Singapore.
And Singapore loves you, ladies and gentlemen, Vaughn Anderson.